So today, as you can see guys, we are going to start this analysis by looking at the price action of Bitcoin in a daily time frame, and along with that we are going to use this Fibonacci retracement line from this swing low of 2020 and swing high of 2021, because if you monitor the price structure here, this Fibonacci line of 0.5 retracement level is actually acting as a very important line of support and resistance, because if you monitor the price structure right now where we are, this 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level acted as a very strong support line, and now you can see the same line is acting as a very strong resistance. So what to expect next for Bitcoin, since the price here is finding a very strong resistance around the previous temporary support line. Now, not just only because of this 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level we are finding very difficulty to break here in upper direction, but also on my yesterday video I included this one scenario, falling wedge, because if you have watched my video from yesterday, I showed you guys the price of Bitcoin here might be forming this very interesting scenario known as falling wedge, because we were aware the upper line area of this falling wedge did actually acted as a very strong resistance, right? Because you can see it rejected the price plenty of time, and now right now, since the price is also approaching this upper line area of this falling wedge, and along with that this 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level, which previously acted as a support, right, is now acting as a very strong resistance line around this price level of 34,300 to 34,400. So if the price of Bitcoin does manages to break out of this upper line area and also this 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level, then we might be actually seeing some impulsive move playing out, and that could also bring us around this next Fibonacci level of 0.382, and that could be around 41,576. But until we reach there, we do have some obstacle to overcome. But any sort of a rejection, right, any sort of rejection from this upper line area and also this 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level, the next possible downward target, guys, is going to be this 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level, and this 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level is one very important line of support, because this is also known as golden pocket level, and in most of the cases whenever we have seen a rejection or a pullback and price finding support at this 0.618, we have seen some very impulsive move following after that. So that's why we said, hey, if the price of Bitcoin does sees this correction around this 0.618, the golden pocket level, then we are actually expecting some very impulsive move to follow after that. And I personally, guys, between this price level of 27,000 to 24,000, for me this is going to be a big accumulation zone, because right now, not just only because of this price structure, but if you look at this here, and also guys, I would really appreciate if you could take just 2 seconds of your time and destroy that like button, and for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit that subscribe button and the bell. So you can see here, guys, if we monitor this price structure again in a daily time frame using this monthly candle close or monthly candle open level for Bitcoin, each and every monthly candle close or open level has played a very important line of support and resistance depending on the price action. And now if you would look at this price structure of Bitcoin, where did the price of Bitcoin found a very strong support? This line, this green line, is the monthly candle close from 31st of January. If you have watched my video, we said, hey, any sort of a rejection from this upper line area around 37,000, the next monthly candle close level is going to be around 33,000, and that is where we are also finding a very strong support. You can see here, right? Because you can see this line has previously also acted as a very strong support. So any sort of a failure to find support at this $33,000, then the next possible target here, according to this monthly candle close level, is going to be from 31st of December, and that could actually bring us around $29,000. So that's why, guys, that's why we want our price to find support above this $33,000. Any sort of rejection from this line, then we could be heading towards the downward price target. And in a short term right now, right before we even talk about this Fibonacci level, the upper target of 0.382, $41,576, we will be monitoring this price movement between this $33,000 to $37,000 here to the upside, because breaking this 37,000 is actually going to indicate the price here is going to continue further here in an upper direction. So that's why what we want here in a daily time frame, if you look at this monthly candle close level for Bitcoin, at any cost to stay above this $33,000, because if that's going to happen, then maybe we are also going to test this monthly candle close from 31st of May, and that is sitting around 37,400 price area. So let's see how these daily candles are going to play out, and not just only here by looking at the price action using this monthly candle close level or this Fibonacci retracement, but if you also look at this price structure by using the CPI indicator, you can see here. So now if we look at this CPI indicator also in a daily time frame, we can see very clearly whenever the price was heading here in upper direction, this CPI line acted as a very strong support line, and also the CPI was making an ascending CPI. But now if we monitor the price movement, we are heading to the downside, and this CPI is also making a descending CPI, right? Because this here was a very nice ascending CPI, and now we might be making this descending CPI. But whenever the price was hitting in upper direction, the CPI line always acted as a very strong support, and when the price here is heading in a down direction, you can see this CPI line is acting as a strong resistance. So that's why we were aware. Now since we have already got a rejection from the bottom CPI line, if the price of Bitcoin would see a downward price movement, then according to this CPI, the downward target has already been placed, and that is around $24,000. So that's why according to this CPI for this June month, if we would see any sort of a pullback, then our focus is going to be around this $24,000 area. But I have already said you guys on my yesterday video, if we would see this price pullback between this 27,000 to 24,000, this is going to be a very nice area to accumulate some more bigger position, because this is going to be an accumulation zone, because I personally believe that market is being manipulated right now. So what kind of scenario could actually make a lot of sense is somehow like this here, guys, because this here, right, if this is to play out this price movement, right, then this here is going to be more of an accumulation phase. So right now we might expect some more range bound market before price again start moving here in upper direction. So expect some volatility entering the market, and I personally believe the market is going to see some very nice movement, but right now it's more of a range bound market, right? So expect some more volatility entering the market and also some choppy price movement. So be careful and please don't over leverage yourself. And also if you look at this price structure here in another way, I mean in a smaller time frame, you can see here, guys. So now what we are going to do is we are going to look at this price action of Bitcoin in a hourly time frame, because if you monitor the price structure here right now, what we can do is we can add this very interesting scenario, which is known as descending broadening wedge, because according to this descending broadening wedge right now, you can see the price of Bitcoin could be forming a very interesting price structure in a smaller time frame, because according to this smaller time frame, what must the price of Bitcoin do at any cost? We have to remain above this rising trend line, because every time when the price has failed to find support at this rising trend line, we saw this pullback, right? And again you can see we were following this rising trend line just like here, but once the support was broken, then we saw another pullback type of scenario. Again, similar scenario, when we broke out of this, we saw another price pullback. So what we want the price of Bitcoin here, if it wants to continue in upper direction, then we have to remain above this rising line. If the price is going to follow this rising trend line and also find support above it, then maybe we could see a potential breakout type of scenario here in a smaller time frame. But failing to find support at this rising trend line could lead to another pullback type of scenario, just like here, and just like here. So that's why right now our focus here is going to be around this rising trend line here in a smaller time frame. So as according to this rising trend line, 33,500, there is going to be support, but if it's going to get broken, then we have to be careful, because that could actually bring us towards the lower price area. So these are some of the scenario I thought sharing with you in today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this video was helpful enough. If that's the case, then hit the like button, and for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit that subscribe button and the bell. So by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye, guys.